trade show here in beautiful Maryland. The weather is perfect, and I'm so excited to get to see all of our friends in the storage industry. I want to introduce my friend Donna and just talk with her a little bit about our experiences together in this industry.
Absolutely.
Donna,
absolutely.
So tell a little bit about who you are, where you're with, what are you doing?
My name is Donna, and I started in this industry in 1991. I started out with a building company called DBCI. We did doors and hallways, and I progressed more into operations. When the economy kind of fell apart in 2009, we had a building company on the West Coast, and so we kind of lost everything. And what we did do was we actually managed a storage facility, my husband and I, and it was called Storage One, and we were in Gilbert, Arizona. I would be the first one to say that I thought the manager's job was the easiest job out there, and it's one of the hardest jobs out there.
Yes.
And we were in a brand new facility. We had no signage. It looked just like retail. We had so many people that would come in and say, is this a UPS store?
Because you had boxes and everything?
Well, you couldn't have it outside. And so there was not a lot out there. And then my husband and I were trying to lease up. We had 785 units. We were trying to lease this up with a phone recorder, your voicemail, and we were trying to run in there at 5 o'clock in the morning and answer the phone and all of that kind of stuff, and it really took a toll on you as a manager. And we were working 7 days a week. One of the best things that we finally got was we got XPS as a call center, and that took so much off of our plate. The after hours, beginning of the hours, it was a lot to consume, and it really burned you out, honestly. And then we started getting rentals from XPS. The calls that you kind of forget about are the ones that are wanting to make a payment. If somebody can take that off my plate, or the directions,
yes.
And then on top of it, the whole the city changed the direction flow, which made it even worse.
So nobody could even find you.
So if we had not had a call center, I don't know what we would have done. I mean, it took so much off my husband and I that it was just a blessing in disguise. And so I think, people look at it as a way for a manager not to work, and it's not. It's really an assistant to the manager, is what I think. To have somebody that can actually pick up the phone, because you hear all the stories about being the psychologist of the self-storage industry, right? You get the person
all the bad
that's
reasons
lost,
people are.
Yeah, they lost everything. This is 2009. People lost everything, and so renting storage was a very, very hard thing to do at that time. And so to be able to be engaging with a customer and not feel like I have to answer that phone and say, can you stop?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, goodness,
so
yes.
that was one of the things that I felt XPS really brought to the table for us, was just that almost assistant manager feel.
Yeah.
And then if you have somebody on that level that can actually rent a unit for you, that's even better,
yes.
right?
We like that as well.
Yeah.
And we always joke about what you really do need is an assistant manager.
It is.
A part-time assistant manager, but not for 4 hours in a row. You need them for 4 hours over the course of a week. But only for the 14 minutes on this call or the 9 minutes on this call.
Well,
you don't need somebody there all the time.
answering the phone at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No,
because
not really.
Those kind of people you do not want to rent to. If they're calling you at 3 o'clock in the morning to rent a unit, pass.
Unless you're a mobile DJ, in which case we'll talk during business hours.
But that is very true.
I love that.
True.
Well, and that started our journey together, because you have been with Storage One and you've been in a couple of other places since then. And we love our partnership with StorageAuctions.com. Storage One is still a valued client for us. They've been with us for 15 years or more, I guess, at this point.
They're based out of Las Vegas, but this was the only one they actually had in Phoenix or in the Gilbert, Arizona area. But it was, it was that kind of mindset that was just like a relief for us.
Yeah.
For at least my husband and I.
It's so nice to have that continuity and that relationship that continues on for so long.
Yeah, I mean, and being able to talk to somebody that knows storage, and I hate to say it, that can speak English, I mean, that's a huge thing right now. We were getting on the rental car today, and we couldn't even understand the guy. It was like, we didn't even know if we were getting in the right place or not. But having somebody that's knowledgeable about self-storage is huge for any self-storage facility. And being able to make that reservation, but just taking the payments, all of those things.
I lost my gate code. How do I get in?
Exactly.
Just taking that off your plate, for sure.
Or I'll give you a really prime example. We had access from it was 9 to 6, and your call center actually called us, and it was, I think it was 8 o'clock at night. And what happened is the guy was trying to move stuff in. His wife just had a baby and could not get there by 6 o'clock. You guys called us and said, will you open the gate? And we did. And that right there saved a customer.
Yep.
Because if we had not done that, he would have been like, well, I'm just going to go down the road and go to somebody else, right?
Because I want to rent right now.
And he needed that access, so we were able to give him that access. So you guys being able to make that call, because you guys called us on our cell phone and said, we've got somebody there, and we let him in.
I love it. Thank you so much for doing this.
Of course.
Like I said, the reason I asked you specifically was because of you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Wasn't because of Storage One, but I'm so thankful.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
If you